Now at 11, it is a law enforcement unit dedicated to fighting Jacksonville's gang violence. But this week, concerns were raised after tweets allegedly coming from Douglas Howe, a sergeant with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office gang unit, surfaced. They appear to denigrate black people in the LGBTQ community. Those tweets are just part of a larger investigation by First Coast News into JSO's gang unit. Our full investigation on the story can be found on our First Coast News app and our website right now. But there's a part of the texts and the investigation that points specifically to Jamee Johnson, a 22-year-old college student who was shot and killed by a different JSO officer. On your sides, Destiny McKeever joins us live now. And Destiny, Johnson's family's attorney says they want the officer fired.
Yeah, Heather, the family's attorney tells me there's no other way to put it. They say they believe Officer Jose Garriga should be fired. They say his text messages to his coworkers tell a disturbing story.
These comments are deeply disturbing to my client as well as us as attorneys, and they are outright racist. He calls him a clown. He questioned about why the NFL is recognizing Mr. Johnson, and he doesn't really appears he fears the consequence of his actions.
Strong reaction coming from Harry Daniels, who serves as Jamee Johnson's family attorney. The Johnsons filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and Officer Jose Garriga after Garriga shot and killed 22-year-old Jamee Johnson during a traffic stop in 2019. The shooting was determined to be justified, but Johnson's family says the 22-year-old was unarmed and they believed he complied with Garriga's instructions. There was a gun found in Johnson's car. Now, 3 years later, text messages that appear to be from Garriga are surfacing in a private text thread between Officer Garriga and other gang unit officers. There was a link posted with an article mentioning the NFL recognizing Jamee Johnson during a ceremony. Officer Garriga, who shot and killed Johnson, responded to the link saying, quote, "Why are they recognizing that clown?" A comment that infuriates Johnson's family.
I can't think of a single good reason why the officer of the law would say something like this. I used to work in law enforcement myself.
First Coast News reached out to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office about its social media and private text messaging policies. We also asked if text messages are being investigated and asked about Officer Garriga's employment status. We are waiting to hear back. We also reached out to Garriga's mother about her son's statements. She told us she had no comment. Johnson's family attorney says there's no room for this behavior in law enforcement.
It's clear that a person who have belief or belief system or believe certain things about another group of people, black people specifically, and they are working in the city in law enforcement, whether citizens of Jacksonville are African American, then they cannot hold that capacity. They cannot work as a police officer. And I would think that the JSO would take swift action and remove him from his position.
And Officer Garriga says he feared for his life and fired at Johnson, killing him. Body camera video was released of that incident, and the state attorney's office ruled the shooting justified. Destiny McKeever, First Coast News, on your side.